It's Zoe! Oh, it's Zoe. She's back. Look at her. She looks beautiful, doesn't she, everybody? You can't say and you can't convince me otherwise, right? She does look beautiful in her leopard print hoodie. Very classy, I'm going to say. So, Zoe has put up a post on Instagram and probably other social media and platforms and stuff about how she's feeling recently. I thought we'd have a look at it because it looks like she's falling apart, guys, and I think she needs our help in order to recover herself and, just she's feeling the pressure anyway. So I would like us to send her a little bit of support and a bit of love and a bit of care and attention, and let her know that everything's going to be okay. So let's go through this together. This is it's just a quickie. So this week's Monday Mayhem says, I feel like I have lost my way a little bit with social media lately, and I've definitely been doing some soul searching these past few months. She says this every couple of months that she's losing her way, social media's got to her, she's losing her way and everything's getting her down and things like that. So it sounds like it's something along those lines again today. She goes on to say, our lives have shifted a lot over the past couple of years. God, not the last few months, past couple of years. House moves, growing children, changes in structure, and that's just for starters. Kids grow up. Who would have thought it, right? I have been fearful of being judged, which is something that hasn't happened in a while. Well, you put yourself out there on the internet, you're going to be judged, unfortunately. I get judged on a daily basis. It's not nice to be judged. Nobody likes to be judged, but there we are. Here we are. I found myself not always knowing what to write and share, partly because of the trolls' nasty comments and judgments, and knowing that these people walk among us. They're among us, guys. It could be that person on the street. It could be Marjorie down the street. It could be Sue from the co-op. It could be you. It could be you, in fact. The problem is that she knows they are among her, because most of the people are actually in my comments, and they're actively telling her that they see her on a daily basis, and then they come onto my channel and talk about it. It's funny. It is funny, I'm not going to lie. So she does know that these people are actually among her, and it's quite creepy. Like that, right? So, yeah. It must be bad, though. To be fair, it must be bad knowing that you're walking around the streets of where they live, right? And people are there and they don't like them, irrespective of YouTube. I feel like they're not well liked anyway, right? They keep themselves to themselves and they don't integrate themselves. They're just like one big clan of kids, and they're the leaders, Zoe and Ben, but because they put themselves on YouTube, they also think that they are above everybody else, and they're like major celebrities and everything. So people just don't like them for that reason. So that is just in their town. The thing is that they would have been better off not sort of revealing too much about where they're living, because they moved from where they used to live. They could have just not revealed their new place where they now live, right? But they had to. They just can't stop themselves. Ben can't help himself. He has to tag every time they go out. This is where we live. This is where we live. Come find us. Come find our kids. Come past our house. Come in for a cup of coffee. Things like that. And so they just cannot help themselves. They need help. And this is just in their town. People don't like them. Then they put themselves on the internet and they get a lot more comments from the wider public all over the world. So, I can't really help you there, Zoe. I'm trying and everything. It's all on you. I'm sorry. I do try not to let these things get to me, but I think I have been overly sensitive of late, probably because we have so much going on behind the scenes. But it has stopped me sharing certain things because I know I won't necessarily be able to deal with the nasty comments. So she's revealing there that something is going on behind the scenes, and it's so big that if they get nasty comments, she will not be able to cope with them, right? It couldn't be anything to do with a certain, maybe possible pregnancy in the family. Just an inkling that I have. I could be wrong. But my intel suggests that it could be possible pregnancy in the family right now. And that would be big enough for Zoe not to be able to deal with comments about that particular subject, I guess. All right. I mean, I'm not saying that is definitely the case, but I can't wait to find out what it is. She has to share it at some point because she's put it out there into the world now. People know there's things going on, and we'd like to know. We would like to know, as fans, if you will. I know people say just ignore it, just delete and block, but the problem is you've already seen it. It goes into your subconscious without you even realising. It plays on your mind. Things that normally wouldn't bother me, I find myself getting upset over. Unfortunately, this is exactly the response that these people want. You can actually ignore it, just ignore it, or what actually should happen, right, is possibly, if you can't deal with the hate comments, right, you should get Ben to delete them before you even see them. That's a better idea. Ben should be the protector of the family, but clearly he's not. He wants to put everybody in harm's way because, film the kids, It'll be great, bring in the income and everything else. Film them. No, Ben is he's just money oriented. He wants the fame and the money, doesn't he? He doesn't care who gets hurt in the process. So she says this is the response that these people want, which is really sad. They want to see you upset. They want to see you at breaking point, and that is something I will never be able to get my head round. And maybe that's the problem. They act in a way that I could never understand. The problem actually, Zoe, is that you don't understand. You just don't understand what we see, right? We don't understand why you put your kids out there on the internet, right? Because it's dangerous. It's inherently dangerous to put your kids on the internet, whether you're filming it for money, for fame, or whatever your reasoning is. It's actually dangerous, and that's a fact. It's not even a debatable fact. It is a fact, right? It's dangerous, and you will do it willingly. You'll put them in all sorts of positions. Ben will film up their skirts. All sorts of things go on in that house, right? And the kids don't feel safe. The older kids don't want to be filmed for good reason, right? And you should take that on board for the younger kids too. But you don't, because the younger kids don't have a voice because they're too young to have a voice. And the older kids have shown that they don't want to be filmed, so you should think, oh no, maybe the younger kids also won't want to be filmed, right? But you don't think that. And the older kids really should be telling you, stop, but, they're probably in a difficult situation, I would imagine. So that's the problem. We don't understand why you would do that. And much in the same way that you don't understand why we would want to interfere in you endangering your kids. Some people say that if you put yourself online, then you deserve the comments, etc., and you start to believe it. But it's not true. It's your page. You can delete who you want. You don't have to listen to negativity. Of course you don't have to listen to negativity. But you can choose to take things on board, you know. Advice, valid advice. Like, you'll ask for advice, right? But if you don't like the answers people give, then you delete them and you block them if you just don't like the answer. They say what doesn't break you only makes you stronger, and I feel like I'm finding my feet all over again at the moment. But I'm also making a stronger version of myself every day. And that's nice, that's lovely, isn't it? We love that. We love to hear it, Zoe. We don't want anybody to break, do we? Do we, guys? No? No? Yes, maybe. Some people do, I think. But, yeah, I think the problem is, Zoe, that you put yourself out there, you act all high and mighty, people don't like it. It's not... I think the thing you have to look very closely at is people who dislike you in town, right? Those are the people that really you should be looking at and listening to, because they see you, so they see who you are as a person. Like, you can say to us who are off a distance and say, well, you only see 20 minutes of our day, you don't know anything, blah blah blah. But then there's lots of people, there's not even one or two, there is loads of people who are seeing you on a daily basis and you're not coming across very well, and that must be hard for you to understand. It must be hard for you to see and take in and things, right? But it's the hard reality of life. People don't like you for a myriad of reasons, but you know, it's down to you to do better. And the first thing that you can do to do better is to just simply stop vlogging your kids for money. Or just stop vlogging your kids. Stop putting your kids online. You can take pictures of your kids. You can film your kids. Just don't put it online for strangers. It's not that difficult to understand. It really isn't. Anyway, if you have appreciated this video, please give it a massive thumbs up. Comment all of your thoughts about it down below. And subscribe to the channel if you are new. Until next time, have an amazing day. Take care of yourselves. And bye-bye.